Hi, it's Becky again here, girl in a shed at Five Rivers Community Garden, and I'm actually in the shed today. And today I want to do some wildlife tips for you, and I've got 3 top tips for looking after your garden birds really well. And so the first tip is have lots of natural food available. So berries on plants are brilliant. Lots of places for bugs to hide in your garden so that the birds can come along and get that as live food, really nutritious. And then seed heads from your plants, if you can leave those on over winter, they're not only good food for birds, but they're also really great places for your bugs to hide inside the seed heads. And also I've made a list of some of the scraps that you can feed from your kitchen to birds. And you can give them pastry that's made with real fat. You can give them fat from unsalted meat, really finely chopped up, of course. And the unsalted bit is quite important, and birds can't metabolise salt at all. Or I don't know if at all is accurate, but I know it's really hard for them to metabolise salt, so it's definitely a no-no. All different types of bread. Brown is going to be better, but all types of bread just as a supplement, don't give just bread. And in the spring, if you're giving bread, do soak it in water, so if it's being fed to baby birds, then they will have an easier time with that. You can also give suet and mild cheese, scraps from your chopping board, or where you've grated some cheese, you can throw that out as well. Robins really like a piece of cheese. You can even give cold baked potato, and birds will wolf that down, but again, no salt. A bit of butter on there is okay, unsalted butter, but just cold baked potato will get eaten by your birds. And then fruit like raisins, currants, apples and pears are all really, really good and loved by birds, especially thrushes and blackbirds love the fruity stuff. And also it's great for them because they like to feed on the ground more than on bird feeders. Just a note for cats and dogs is that if you've got a cat or a dog, you don't want to really put raisins and so on the ground, put them up out of their way. And another note as well I've put here is to clear bird feed away at night. Just give small amounts through the day so it's definitely all eaten up, and then by the time you get to the evening, clear it away, and then you won't have any issues with rats coming along. I mean, rats are everywhere, but what you don't want is loads of them, because especially in winter they'll be looking for extra food sources just like everything else. And if you don't want hundreds in your garden, not 100, that's catastrophising a little bit. I'm only saying this because I've run an online forum for years and that question always comes up. And the thing that does work is bringing bird feeders in at night. So that's food. Tip 2 is a really quick tip, and that is to make sure you clean your bird feeders once a week in a bucket of water outside. Don't put it in your own washing up bowl or machine. A lot of birds will pick up diseases from dirty bird feeders, and for instance, greenfinches the numbers of greenfinches have declined over the years due to picking up disease from dirty feeders and bird baths and so on. So whatever you've got that birds congregate to, do wash it all once a week with a sort of mild solution of something like a very mild bleach solution or something, is what I saw on an RSPB or BTO website once. And I mean, you can imagine, can't you, if you're forced to eat your food from the same plate that everyone else has used again and it's never washed between, you can imagine that will cause problems really quickly. So it's no different for birds. And the third one is to supply fresh drinking water to birds every day. Again, keep it clean. Go out in the morning if it's frosty and tip out the icy bit and put some new stuff in. Please don't put salt in water for keeping it non-frosty, and please don't put de-icer in birds' water. It sounds so obvious, but I've heard of it being done before, and I just don't believe it, but it has happened. So just fresh, clean water every day is perfect, and they do need a drink in the winter as much as they do in the summer. And that is my first 3 tips for birds for you, and I'm going to bring another 3 tips for birds as well. So I shall see you in another video.